Usually children throw tantrums in response to adjustments that they were not prepared for. And kids will, like, when they're given new rules or new boundaries, or like the first time they're given boundaries, will generally struggle with those boundaries because they want consistency. When you throw a kid off of consistent boundaries, they are going to have a temper tantrum. Parents have this tendency sometimes to look at temper tantrums and be like, oh my God, they need to stop. They can't happen or whatever, which is fine. Like, I get it. You don't want your kid being destructive and all of that stuff. But the temper tantrum is totally normal. The thing that's really important is that if a parent has a particular boundary that they want to set with their kids, they have to know what the boundary is. They have to make sure that the boundary is consistent. They have to make sure that adhering to it is consistent and reliable. And if the kid gets upset, it's fine to talk with them about being upset, but also, like, what the worst thing that a parent can do in that type of instance is break the boundary because the kid has the temper tantrum. So you basically want to hang in there while the kid's having a temper tantrum and reiterate the boundaries and stay as neutral as possible, and then have a consequence for whatever behaviors you deem to be undesirable within that temper tantrum, and stating those clearly to the kid. So, hey, if you continue to yell at me about this, it's going to mean X. Sometimes I've seen parents successfully use screen time as a level of currency, where you start with a certain amount of screen time that you're allowed per week. If you are doing certain things that we really want you to do, then that means that you can have more time, and that's on like a, okay, you get 15 more minutes, you get 10 more minutes to use, or whatever it might be. And then there's certain things that make the time go away, and if you do these things, then time goes away. However it is you design it, literally the most important thing a parent can ever do when trying to figure out how to discipline their kid or handle parenting stuff is to be consistent with whatever you decide you want to do. And recognize that if you introduce a change, it's probably going to create more distress before it eases it. And most parents don't hang in there through the increased distress, and that's where they run into problems.